yelling at each other. I
destroyed everyone.
Destroyed? No,
I ran away.
No. Like
no one else made it to El Dorado except me.
She's lying. Everyone made it to El Dorado besides April. Hey, I'm Devin.
And I'm Mary Kate.
And we're picking up pieces.
A channel all about board game pieces.
And how to pick them up. In today's video, we're going to be doing our board game haul. Since our collection video. So it's been 4 months since then. And how many board games have you bought, Mary Kate?
20.
20. It felt like a lot more than 20.
It did.
I don't know how these other board game channels are like, oh, we're going to be pulling out 50. Not coming after you, Jeff and Jamie, or other board game content creators.
Yeah, I just don't know, like,
how
do you do that?
I don't know how you play all those games either.
No clue.
I have no idea.
Like, yeah, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm just tired, like, I don't play a board game every single day.
I do want to play a board game pretty much every single day. Well, no, I get you, Chase. Sometimes you're just, like, so tired you don't want to. I get it. Yeah, but anyway, so we've bought, I keep saying bought. We've bought 20 board games, one of them being an expansion, or 21 board games total, one being an expansion. And so we're just going to go over all of them and kind of tell you our thoughts about them so far. And some of them we haven't even played yet, like we've gotten pretty recently. So we'll let you know that and maybe why we bought those games. So let's go ahead and get into it and start off with our first game.
All right.
Which is going to be what? Let's do it. All right.
Right.
Dulce. So we bought this because we were trying to get that free shipping mark on one of the websites. And they were like, oh yeah, let's buy this. This game looks cute. And I was like, I haven't heard great things about it, but I was like, it's
really cute.
It's really cute. And so we played it. And again, I think we've talked about it one time in one of our other videos, but it's kind of like tile, not tile laying, but like, card laying. I don't know how you describe that. The only other game I can think of that has this mechanism is Cafe off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Where you kind of putting down a card and then another card on top of it in order that permanently changes your board, your own personal board that you're making with cards. And so it was an okay game. The colors, like, it was really hard
to tell what's what.
Hard to tell what is what. And a lot of times idealistically, I think, oh, it's not that huge a deal. Like, I can get over it. But it was an annoyance, like, just having to just constantly, like, double checking, like, oh, is this vanilla? Or is this, like, cocoa? Or whatever the colors that were closest with it. And so it definitely hindered it. And it left a bad taste in both of our mouths, I think, that we don't really want to go back to it. But I'm sure we will at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought it, so.
And it normally sits right there, so.
Yeah. So you guys see it all the time because it looks cute. All right, let's go to the next one.
Next one, we bought Unmatched Teen Spirit.
Unmatched, talked about it a ton. I mean,
we love Unmatched.
We're going to get all of them. Yeah, I mean, just more characters means more better.
Also, Squirrel Girl is very fun.
Squirrel Girl is amazing. Love Squirrel Girl.
All the little squirrels on the board. It's just like, it's adorable and it's like hilarious.
It's a really good set. I mean, all the fighters are really good.
Yeah.
And also, it has a good map as well.
Yeah.
If you're starting off with Unmatched, I don't know if I would say get this one right out the gate. I would definitely try to get one that has 4 fighters. Just so more fighters, you have more variability.
Variability, yeah.
Thank you. All right, so that's Unmatched Teen Spirit.
All right, we've got
Village
one
Wells.
of our favorite games now.
One of our favorite games that we can play, just bang out on a weekday. Us talking about earlier, like, you're tired, you're not feeling like playing something really in depth.
This is fun. It's
really easy to play. We haven't played it in a while because I think we played it so much for a little bit that we needed to take a break. It is a lot of fun. Couldn't recommend this enough. But I mean, of course, watch our review video to see if it's actually something that aligns with your taste.
Yeah. Because
it might not be something that aligns with your taste, even though me and Kate like it a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much you're just building a little tableau of a village and with train tracks on it and trying to get a train from one place to another, and it's an easy game to just bang out, and it only costs like $20, so it's not like it's going to put you out of a lot of money. So definitely, and it's a cute box. Love it. I mean, boxes don't matter. I like looking at boxes. People just sit there in their rooms and just like looking up at the boxes, and just like, it's a good day. All right, so that's Village Rails.
All right, here's the one expansion we bought. We bought the Tuscany expansion for Viticulture.
Yeah, haven't played that yet. We also have like one of their card expansions. I think it's the More expansion, but we haven't played this one yet, so we can't really talk about it at all. We love Viticulture. Viticulture is really fun. Great worker placement game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rules for that. It looks like it's actually a really nice addition to the base game.
One thing that I've realized about Viticulture that I didn't previously realize since talking to other people about it is that it is a difficult game. Like, I didn't think of it, I thought of it as a true medium weight game. Like, it's pretty difficult. Or you know, not too hard, not too easy. But, like, I've talked to some people, and some people just have had awful experiences playing it the first time. Yeah. I mean, we've tried to show it to other people, and it's like,
we've had multiple people have a really hard time with it.
And I didn't realize that was the case, because I learned Viticulture, and I was like, oh yeah, this isn't bad at all. And me and Kate love playing it all, like, we play it a lot. And so, just a side note of Viticulture that I'm just now recently learning, that I was like, oh, actually, this game isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, so...
There's a lot of games. Okay, Cat in the Box.
Cat in the Box.
Another game we've talked a ton about at this point.
Super fun. It was my favorite play last month.
Yeah, Cat in the Box is so good to get to like play with family, play with anybody really. So it's another game that's easy to get to the table. It's just if you like trick taking. If you don't like trick taking, it's probably not going to be up your alley. But it does incorporate area control.
Yeah, and you actually talked about this game on the McMeeples channel.
Yeah.
With Sam.
With Sam, yeah. So if you guys want to go, he's trying and publish a game himself. What is the name of it? Oh, Sam, don't hate me for not getting it. Everstone. Boom, got you, Sam. Say less. And so he's trying to publish that right now. And so I went on his channel, talked about Cat in the Box with him, and to try to actually implement a game mechanic into this game that already implements the game mechanic because it's incorporating area control to a trick-taking game. So Cat in the Box, really fun game.
Yep. All right, here's one we've had for a little bit now. Final Girl.
Final Girl, it's definitely, I wanted to try to get in solo gaming, and I think I'm hitting a pause on that right now. But I think this is definitely more a game for me, Kate.
For sure. I really want to play this game, but I probably am not going to have time to sit down and play it by myself till for a few more weeks.
Yeah.
So, hopefully over the next month or so, I'll be able to sit down and play it, and then I can give you my thoughts on it. Because I am really excited. This definitely seems like something I would enjoy.
Yeah. I love the people aspect of board games. You know, just being able to talk to other people while you're playing, regardless if it's one person or 4 people or 6 people, you know. Yeah. And so you definitely lose that in solo gaming. And so it's just right then just a puzzle at that point. But it is, I like the idea of it. And so I may let Kate learn it because she's better at learning games than I am. And then her teach me how to play it later. So, Final Girl.
All right. A game that I was like, we must buy this game because I want it. Flamecraft.
Go for it.
Yeah, so Flamecraft is this super cute game where it has a map that you roll out. It's very nice. And there are all these little shops, and you go and you put dragons there, or you use fancy dragons to get points. And basically, you just go around getting resources and points, and it's fun, and it's cute, and it's nice to do with other people as well, not just the 2 of us.
This is a good intro into, like, board games. I wouldn't say, I'm trying to think. I guess I would put this as an intro game because all you're doing the whole time is making 2 actions.
But there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, so it could look a little overwhelming. You just know your audience, know who you're presenting a board game to. And as you get more into the hobby, or if you're already in the hobby, and you probably can attest to this, the longer you're into the hobby, you know more of what's better to present to people, and you're not just as excited just play board games and throw people at board games.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think Flamecraft, I think it could be a good intro game for a lot of people because it is just 2 actions, but it can look a little overwhelming. But on the other hand, the production quality is so good and it's so inviting of a theme.
So cute.
That you can get a lot of people who think they can't play tougher games to play this. And again, this isn't a tough game.
Lure them in with the cuteness.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to start getting blocked off from these games.
I think after I get this stack out of the way, we can start putting it
Yeah, okay. All right.
All right, here's a game we have not played yet.
Rear
Window.
Yeah. Which...
You learned this game, I don't know.
Yeah, I learned it. So it's like Mysterium, where you are trying to communicate to the other team, or to the other side, what's happening. And same with this game, but you're also playing against the other people. I learned it a couple months ago, and we want to play it, and then end up not playing it. So I can't actually speak too much to it. It's a game that we still have to get to the table. I like this thematically more than Mysterium because it's not, I mean, it's more a niche theme. And again, we make it like niche themes. And so definitely it looks interesting and I want to try to play it. It's just, we got to get it to the table. We got to get people to play it.
We bought this as a used game.
Yeah.
Escape.
Yeah.
Curse of the Temple.
Bittersweet. So we had semi-close, like 40 minutes away from us, a board game.
A board game shop.
Yeah.
That was closing.
And then they just had this game as a game that they had where like, oh, you can pick up this game to play. And I know this game is really hard to find. And we've played it at college with some friends before. And so definitely got it. And we want to play it with friends because it's going to be easy game to play with anybody. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's simultaneous turns. Yeah. And it's hard to do that. But if you're able to do that well in a board game, then it just leads to a lot of like, laughing out loud moments, in games. And so, and also a lot of tension. So I think Escape does that well, and we just have to get it to the table.
Speaking of real-time games.
Yep. Captain Sonar. We only got one play session of this, but we played it like
6 times.
6 times, back to back to back.
It was so fun.
It was a blast. We played this with one of our friends, Chris. He doesn't play board games at all. No. He's like actually. He's
always like, I don't like board games.
Yeah, more anti-board games. And we played this with him, his wife, and another couple. And they were like, Chris was like, it was magic. Like, that was the coolest thing in a long time playing board games. Whenever you play board games with somebody who doesn't like board games, and then it clicks to them, like, oh, this is why somebody would like board games. He's like, I love this. I want to play this again. Yeah. He like, we're playing the whole time, yelling at each other, and he's just like, oh boy, I'm sweating. And he's just saying that like over and over again throughout in between. So it was great.
It was a fun time.
And we played, I think, wives versus husbands, and so all the wives, like, they got it together pretty quickly. But then as we were getting going, we were like, okay, we caught up and we were starting steamrolling. I'm just saying.
Okay, I think we still won one more game than y'all.
I think so, but again, it just took us a minute to start clicking. But once we started clicking, we were fine oiled machine. So Captain Sonar is really fun. Oh, we didn't even say anything about the game, so wait 1 minute before we go to the next one. Captain Sonar is a hidden movement. It's pretty much Battleship. Teams.
Real time.
It's like what you want Battleship to be. Like, you have one team that's one submarine, you're a submarine, and you're constantly moving, and everybody is communicating at the same time while they're moving.
Yeah, so the captain's over here like, north.
And then you have
west,
somebody on your team.
South.
Who is like, try and keep track of where they're at, the radio operator who's trying to track them while you have the captain deciding where they're going, and somebody trying not to let the ship explode.
But, probably letting the ship explode.
Yeah. So anyway, the Captain Sonar, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation of it.
It's so fun.
It's so good. The only ding against it is just the fact it's 6 to 8 players. I mean, you can play it less than that. Don't play it less than that. 6 to 8 players is where you can play it at. That's the only ding, and which isn't it a ding. You just need to have more than one board game in your collection. So.
All right. The most recent game we bought.
Yep.
Turing Machine.
Yeah. Go for it.
So Turing Machine is basically just like a logic puzzle. So it has different kind of puzzles to set up, and you have all these different. You're trying to find a 3-digit number. And so there are different basically clues and ways you can check those clues, and little cards and stuff that you use to check it with a little like a little paper computer. Yeah. Not computer like how we think of computer, like computer in the traditional sense of kind of like a machine that helps.
Yeah. It is definitely, again, it's a, I actually wouldn't play this, like, competitively. Even though me and Kate do play this together. Yeah. It's not, like, it's the competitiveness sense just completely out the window, which don't have many board games that are like that. It's definitely, it itches the same type of itch as, like, a Sudoku puzzle. Yes. Like, how you have to think about it is how you would have to think about solving a Sudoku puzzle.
Yeah.
And so again, we can just show you behind. This is kind of what it looks like, where you're just randomly grabbing numbers, and then there's a piece of paper that you fold against those numbers that show you, yes, this is right, yes, this is wrong. And so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's thousands, I don't know if there's actually thousands, but there's a ton of scenarios.
So many.
They release daily challenges on the website that you can just get up and going. So that's Turning Machine.
Yes. And now we have In the Year of the Dragon, Stefan Fields.
Yeah.
Feld.
Yeah. We played this one time. You go for it.
I kind of enjoyed it. It's a little Euro game. You do different things to get points. We bought it because we found it on sale at a secondhand, half-price books, and so honestly, I had an enjoyable time playing it. I would be down to play it again. You didn't like it as much.
I mean, it just didn't stick out to me. There was no reason for me to want to play it. Again, I like bells and whistles. You don't need to have bells and whistles in board games, but nothing mechanically about it, though, on top of that, didn't stand out to me. I was like, I can get a lot of these other mechanics in other games. And so there was nothing unique about it, so it's nothing like I ever want to go back and play this game. So, yeah.
I think we should go back and play it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And then
Our
Macro.
other newest game
that
we bought late this week. Macro Crime City.
Yeah, we're just walking on a Barnes & Noble, and then boom, right there,
Boom.
$8. And it was like, all right, well, let's get it. And so...
And then we came home, we spread it out all over the floor because our table is too small.
Yeah.
And we solved a handful of
we solved like 4 of them. It's just pretty much Wells Waldo, the board game. So it's a giant map.
It's huge.
Of where you're just trying to like pretty much find who did something bad, because everything's a crime city.
It basically shows you a little picture and is like, this guy is murdered. Find out who did it and why.
Yeah.
And then you have to like track their movements through the city and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Pretty cool box. You actually have a puzzle on this box.
I solved it in the car.
Yeah. So it is a fun game for sure. But it's a game like you play once and you won't play it again. Which again isn't a ding. It's just you know what it is before you get the game.
It's fun.
All
right. We have Brass
Birmingham. Where we bought this we bought this during the time whenever this was hard to get, and also we found it at that board game shop that was closing down. And so Brass Birmingham is now definitely one of our heaviest games in our collection for sure. I really enjoy Brass Birmingham. There's so much give and take in it.
Yeah.
Of just you having to put something down, but ultimately you're benefiting the other person because they can take your materials and vice versa. And so it's just constantly just like thinking like, oh, you have to be in your mind that whenever someone takes your goods, it's not necessarily the end of the world, even though
it is kind of the end of the world
because you are setting up your turns around that. So you just have to be more, not just setting up your own turns, you do have to think about what the other person's doing in order to also set your turns up around their turns. So, which I think a lot of games don't have, and I think that's what makes Brass so special. And a special game at that heavyweight point. So really like Brass Birmingham a ton. So...
Takanoku.
Yeah, which Kate has been wanting this game for ever.
I saw it in a board game shop like a long time ago, and I was like, I want that game. And why I didn't buy it, I don't know. I didn't buy it. And then I decided I'm going to go buy this game, Takanoku, because it has a cute little panda.
Yeah.
And it looks fun. And then I couldn't find it anywhere. And then we found it at Half Price Books.
Yeah.
I must buy it now.
It's a really fun like little intro game for sure.
It is. You put these cute little bamboo on things. The panda moves around, eats their bamboo. You're trying to meet different requirements on different cards to get you points. It's fun. It has a little guy who goes around on the map.
Yeah,
it's fun. I like it.
That's pretty much it. We played it like 4 or 5 times. I think 4 times. 5 is too much. 4 to 3 times in one setting. Yeah. Whenever our power went out. So we had like a lamp playing this game.
Yeah, our power was out forever. That was a bad time.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Alright.
Up top. You can start bringing me some more games.
Right.
Not this game. Let's leave those 2 for last. Those are the big boys. Like they're massive boxes.
Okay.
Alright.
The Quest for El Dorado.
Which we played it for the first time actually 2 days ago.
No.
Wait. First time at 4 play account.
Yes.
Yeah, I know we didn't play it for the first
I
time
was
the
so
other day.
confused.
You didn't let me
was
finish
like-
my sentence.
I was like, we played this game multiple times.
Yeah. We played it like 4 or 5 times. I keep saying 4 or 5. I like 4 or 5, I guess.
We have actually played it.
Okay,
about
alrighty
4
then.
times.
As 2 players, and we played it once a couple days ago for a player count.
It's so fun if we're playing.
It is. I will not be immediately going to this game for 2 players, but for 4 players, it has that thing that I'm realizing what you want for that 4 player count. You want a game that has like solid mechanics, but not too many rules or too much so that it takes away table talk. And so like games like Quest for El Dorado has that. I think Catan has that a little bit that people really enjoy. And I really enjoy this game a ton. I mean, it's a game you can definitely play with non-board game people. And it's a great way to introduce
racing games.
A racing game, but deck building. For sure. And so it was a fun game for sure with 4 people just like yelling at each other.
I destroyed everyone.
You destroyed? No.
I ran away.
No. Like
no one else made it to El Dorado except me.
She's lying. Everyone made it to El Dorado besides April. Sorry, April. And the only reason why not, we taught her, and she forgot that you can, whenever you at the end of the turn, you can actually discard the cards that you don't use. And so she got it halfway through the game, but at that point she was always a little bit too far behind, and she still was really close to us. But yeah, so we all made it to El Dorado. It was a really tight game.
You're making that up.
Okay.
I mean, if I had a boat sooner, I would have made it to El Dorado.
But did you have a boat
sooner?
No, yeah, but you didn't have a boat because you didn't build your deck well enough. You won. You won, so for sure. Yeah. All right, next game.
Next game.
You know what? You were going to say something.
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, the Great Wall.
We've not played.
We have not played this game. I can't really say much about this game at all. I mean,
to be honest, I don't really remember what you do in this game.
Okay, well, it's a worker placement game in essence, where you're semi-cooperative. Again, a very loosely semi-cooperative game, where everyone has to make sure they defend the wall. But that takes resources to do. But if you let the people come through, then it's going to destroy the game. And so you have to defend the wall for other people, but at the same time, ultimately trying to get the most on it in China. And so that's pretty much the Great Wall. You have, I think, really cool. I think it does asymmetric from what I've heard really well, where you have your leaders and everybody it's like pretty much game breaking, but everyone has game breaking abilities. So I think that's what makes Great Wall really fun. And also, the table presence. This is a game you pull out and this is going to be the highlight of the night, just because, you're building up the wall, actually. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a few expansions for this game.
I think we have all the expansions for this game. This is the first game I went all in on, and we still haven't got it plugged to the table yet. It's just, it looks so massive, and so it looks like it would just take a lot, which it probably would take a lot to get to the table.
All right. Sniper Elite,
Hidden Movement. We bought this game just so we had a reference point before we did Mind Management of Hidden Movement, because we didn't play many Hidden Movements before then. Now we have Sniper Elite, Captain Sonar, Mind Management. We really like the Hidden Movement genre. It's a lot of fun. It's instantly you tell somebody who doesn't know board games about it, and they're like, oh, that sounds fun. Yeah. And Sniper Elite, I liked way more than May-Kate. May-Kate does not care for Sniper Elite as much as I do. But so we haven't gotten to the table often since then. But I do think it's a really fun hidden movement game, so I recommended it a ton. Yeah. So Sniper Elite. I can put it right here. That's fine. We got plenty of room.
Game we do not have up here. We also have Frosthaven.
Oh yeah, which we haven't played yet.
We haven't played that. It's downstairs. It's really huge. We're already surrounded by board games.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Frosthaven.
Frosthaven. All right.
Let's do it. Kanban Eevee. Which Kanban Eevee, we've talked about this also before on the channel. It's just worker placement pretty much. A lot programming. I don't know if I would say programming like a programming sense of mechanics, but just like a lot of you gotta do this before you do this. Yeah. Which again, we played this one time and we played it while May-Kate was tired, so we gotta get to the table again.
Yes.
I really like it. Thematically, it's unique, and also it's the artwork. I mean, this is the deluxe edition, so it
Yeah.
looks really good. And also, I mean, it's fun trying to align going to your places like a normal worker placement game with the other players, but also you have Sandra or a little boss that's taking up spots, and so you have to really get going. And once you get in the groove, you get in the groove. But I think it's a game, if you get out of the groove, it's probably get hard to come back. But again, I have limited play with it. So, all right.
We have one more game up here.
One more game. In this game, we have not played. Most excited to play. Blood on the Clock Tower.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, super pumped up to play this game.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
So pumped up. Like, we're inviting a whole bunch of people to play this game because, I mean, you have to. I mean, it's a social deduction game. It's pretty much like Werewolf on steroids.
So many roles, so many different sources of information, misinformation, trickiness.
Like,
I'm excited.
In this game, that makes this, I think, probably better than Werewolf, is the fact, like, Werewolf is, there's nothing mechanically about it. You're just trying to figure out who's most sus on a social read. Where this game, people have different roles, which then lets you know mechanically if this person might be telling a lie, this person might be telling the truth. So you are playing not only a social game, but you're also playing an actual like game based off of
deduction game. Like they gave me this information. I'm gonna go ask other people stuff to see if their information is true or if other people are lying to me or whatnot. And it's cool. Like whenever you're in a group setting, you can actually pair off. Whenever you're talking together before deciding who's going to get voted off to die. And so you can actually talk either in a group setting or you can actually maybe go have a sidebar in a different room or just sidebar right there in front of people. So yeah, I'm so excited. Excited to play this. We have such a tiny little like apartment and we're going to have so like 10 people come over. So yeah, can't wait. Definitely going to tell you guys about this once we actually get it played. Yeah. So, and that's it.
That's all of the games we bought. So, Mary Kate, out of all these games, which ones do you think has been your favorite so far? So, obviously, we haven't played a lot of them, so I don't know Blood on the Clock Tower. Like, I'm not even going to say that in this conversation because I haven't played it. We haven't given it much thought. I think it's down to 2 for me. Maybe 3. It is difficult.
This is a hard choice because there's a lot of games in this that I like.
Yeah.
And a lot of games that we've played a lot of times. I think in this moment,
I
think my favorite game after talking through them all is Captain Sonar.
Captain Sonar? Okay, yeah. I thought it might have been Flamecraft. I didn't know for sure.
I considered Flamecraft because I do really like that game.
So, Captain Sonar, the only problem with Captain Sonar again is just
you need so many people.
You need so many people
to play. But it's so fun.
It is so fun. It is so fun. Oh gosh, I'm swinging between Captain Sonar and I think Brass Birmingham. I think Brass Birmingham. I think I'll go there, but it's such a tight race. Like it could be Captain Sonar. I might be saying Brass Birmingham just because you said Captain Sonar. But that was the 2 that I was really thinking between was Brass Birmingham and Captain Sonar. So that's the games that we added to our collection. And until next time, guys, we just wanted to let you know that we value all of you. And if we have the chance, we love to play board games with every single one of you. See ya. Bye.
Bye.